Hey everyone, welcome back to Armored Warfare, and here's a mission I played in my MBT 70. Now the MBT 70 is a pretty good premium tank. It's reasonably mobile, it's well armored. The gun puts out a lot of damage per shot, but it takes an awful long time for it to reload. And you'll see even in this game that I'll have tanks in my sights that are a perfect shot, and I have to wait for this gun to reload, and it just sometimes it can be really painful. It's actually half the problem in this game, why this game is probably not one of my better games in it. I usually have reasonable games, but in this tank, but yeah, this one not the greatest, but still it's not that bad. Just trying to take shots at these tanks, you see nothing's happening, no real shots. I probably waited up here far too long, and so I figured, well, I may as well start pushing up and see if we can get some better shots into these guys and see if we can start doing some actual damage instead of just sitting there. Ugh, who put that bloody rock there? Damn it. Anyway, we'll move on. We'll move on up here and start trying to put some shots into these guys up here once we get around these ridges. And sometimes I think I just picked the wrong spot to shoot at some of these tanks. Like this little guy, I can't believe I only just damaged his tracks there. It's crazy. And then you got to wait for this long reload to happen, and by then they're dead.
Ammo up.
It's just sometimes it can be just really painful, but I managed to take that guy out just after someone else had shot him. So you can see the kind of damage this gun does up in the 600s, and I've even had a couple of shots that hit 700 with this gun, which can be really nice. And so if we go up, see if I can get up to those two secondary objectives over here and just skirt around a bit, because I am the lowest tank in this match. Tier 8 match, but I'm in a tier 6. But before I get there,
that should slow them down for a while.
BMP finally thinks, oh, I better go kill him before the T7 MBT 70 gets there. Find an artillery and put a nice shot into it. See, this is what I'm talking about, a nice shot at the side of this tank. And it finally reloads for whatever reason. No damage, just module damage. And with the reload on this gun, that's very annoying. You'll see that the damage that I've done for this game in the end is just not very much at all. Nowhere near as much as it should have been. Is it the little boss tank over there in the yellow? I haven't really read too much about them, whether or not they give you extra anything. They probably do, and I just haven't realised it yet. So anyway, I figure push around the side here with this BMP, and we'll push around the side of the refinery instead of going straight up the middle. And as you can see, there's a lot of tanks over here anyway. Start putting some shots. You really got to keep this tank hull down. The lower glacis on this tank is so easily penetrated by by most guns anyway. You can see that the spotting mechanic work a bit differently in this game to World of Tanks. You see, he's still there. You can still see him for a little bit after his name disappears, which I kind of like, because it adds that little bit more thinking about when you've been spotted. As you can see, the front of most of these tanks is armored pretty well. Modern tanks are so well armored. You can see that little green, that little spot just above the driver's hat. There's a weak spot just in the front of most of the main battle tanks in the game. So I didn't manage to hit it, and I figured I'll get up around on the side of this guy and see if I can get him to turn his gun so that BMP will help me out, but he ends up hanging back and waiting for ages, so I take a lot of damage here from this guy that I really shouldn't have, plus another tank over there that he's just marked, which I can't really shoot at, because this guy is already I've already pushed up and engaged this guy in a brawl, but
Incoming hostiles.
I'd probably make a few mistakes in this. And I
Identified.
can't believe that one didn't do any damage. I mean, that was a clear green arrow,
Damn it, we
and
took
his
a hit.
angle, he was well angled for that shot to go in, but didn't go in. Eventually the BMP comes and helps me out, to sitting back there for ages. So we push on up into the side of this refinery. And take a look for some side shots, and right here, T90, bloody well armored tank. Look at it. Can't penetrate anything on the side of it with this ammunition. So I find a green spot, but it's only his tracks that I damage. So I switch ammunition to the Sabo rounds. But even then, the front of it just insanely armored. So I have a bit of a dilemma here. I switch between ammunition types a bit, thinking should I use this one, should I use that one, but it's a real big mistake for me, because this, like you can see, the reload on this gun is just insane. And yeah, eventually I settle on the Sabo ammunition and put one into his engine and take his tracks off, and someone else finishes him off.
Reloaded.
Now I push up here into where the cap circle is, and I find out that the T90 that I'm about to try and shoot at, yeah, I go across this bit of destructible, lifts the front of the tank up, and then when I get to the other side it drops me down, the gun points down instead of into the back of him. I thought I had a good shot there, but instead, no, screwed it up. And by the time the gun reloads, he's already been taken out by everyone else, even though he had more than half his health still remaining. So it's half the trouble with this gun. You fire it and you've got to wait so long for it to be ready that you can miss out on doing damage. This little light tank comes up here, gets in between these two. I put a shot into the side of him here, and then for whatever reason, you got two other targets, but he shoots at me. I think because maybe I was the only one that put damage into him at the
Well done.
stage.
We've
Or
retaken
maybe
the
I grabbed the
refinery. Enjoy
aggro.
your payday.
Weird. Anyway, that's the end of the game. Wasn't too bad a game to play. I did worse than what I was hoping to do. I didn't feel like I did very well. And then we come to the results screen, and you find out you've done better than you thought you did. So here we go. We'll take a look at the battle results screen from this game. And like you can see, it's not a great result. 132,000 credits, and I've only done 5,305 damage. So I'm guessing that this amount of credits was awarded because I've been shooting at tanks that were 2 tiers higher than me. 111,000 credits there, net profit, after they take away the other stuff, and I'm almost bottom of the team there. I didn't have that great a game, but the reward was pretty good even then. So anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, if not the game, and I'll catch you all next time.